Alright, hey folks, I'm going to give you a little bit background before I get into this instructional video, if you want to call it. Here in America recently, following the tragedies that have happened this year, most recently to George Floyd, there's been a lot of racial tension, rioting, anarchy, and lately this group, now referring to itself as Antifa, has been going around inciting riots and violence, doing a lot of destruction, and basically emotionally stirring up people, and has culminated in the point now this group and other entities, organizations loosely affiliated with it, and individuals have taken over a portion of Seattle and declared it an autonomous state, apparently called CHAZ. I get why folks are inspired to want to do something like this to provoke change. I'm not downing on that at all. I get that there's reasoning behind it, but here's the problem with that specific course of action. It may sound like a good plan, it may seem like a good idea, but check this out. As an autonomous state, you now are not under the protections of the Constitution. America has no obligation to you. There are no rights to be upheld there. As an autonomous state, you are responsible to ratify your own constitution. You are responsible to create your own legal system and legal precedents and have your own laws in place. You are responsible for creating a system of rights and liberties for your citizens. None of America's now applies to you because you're an autonomous state. What's more, as an autonomous state, none of America is required to assist you or do anything for you. You are required to provide a food chain for your citizens. You are required to provide utilities for your citizens. You are required to provide medical care for your citizens. America could literally cut you off from all utilities that it supplies, from all food that it supplies, from all medical supplies, like across the board. America does not have to negotiate with you. You are an autonomous state. America has no responsibility to you anymore. And again, as an autonomous state, since you don't have a constitution and you don't have a legal system or laws precedented in place, there is no illegal or legal in your autonomous state. There are no human rights. Like literally, y'all could lynch each other nonstop out of hatred and racial bias now, and there is no rights protecting you against that. There's no legal system to defend you against that. And hey, as an autonomous state, any country can choose to go to war with you at any time. And America is not required to defend you. You are required to defend yourself. You are required to arm yourself and protect yourself against enemy invasion. Americans can just sit back and watch it happen. I don't see that happening, because I believe that America has better moral foundation than that, despite some specific instances that may allude otherwise. But y'all really need to think this through. This is a very bad course of action. You could starve to death. You could be blocked off from food, water, utilities, cut off from cell phone service, Wi-Fi, completely isolated in your little 6-block stretch in Seattle. As a matter of fact, America can choose to take you to war since you're an autonomous state. The president can issue an executive order and take you to war. Congress can vote to take you to war and just literally blow you up. Have you thought about that? Because I don't know if all of you have. I don't know that there's a whole lot of you that understand the severity of implications and consequences that can come of this. This is not a good plan. I'm telling you, it's just not. The principles behind it are admirable, but this is not the way to do it. You are putting yourselves in grave danger, not just from yourselves, not just from America, but literally from any country that wants to get leverage on America. They could take you to war and take over your autonomous state and then have a foothold in America. What you gonna do then? And again, Our police aren't required to support you or defend you. Our military is not required to. You're an autonomous state. You do not fall under our protections. But y'all didn't think this through. And maybe a few of you might have, but the great majority don't understand that these things are the case. Your worst nightmares could be literally lived out. And here's the crux of it too. Even if y'all back down right now and stop what you're doing, every single participant can be tried for treason. Y'all could spend the rest of your lives in a federal boot camp prison and or be executed. Was it worth it? For a few weeks of autonomous state in the middle of Seattle? This message was already being heard. This message already had hundreds of millions of people backing it. And y'all took it a step too far here and put yourselves in grave danger. So I highly recommend you rethink your strategy right now and try a different approach before it gets too far. Thanks.